Oh my gosh! Wow! Hey guys, it's Smashley. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time. And if it's your first time, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We are back at my best friend Nikita's house today, and you guys have seen us do one other DIY project. It was the DIY slat wall. If you guys haven't seen it, I'm gonna go ahead and link it above for you now. And again, if you haven't seen it, pause this video, go watch that one, because the next clip is going to be a spoiler. You've been warned, but we just wanted to show you guys a quick update of how the slat wall is coming along. It's absolutely beautiful, and I'm obsessed with how everything is coming together. So today what we'll be making is a custom bench for behind your couch, which is gonna serve two purposes. So of course, one, for decor, because you know we love that, but also it's gonna be functional and be a bench that will add some additional seating to the living area. So without further ado, let's jump right in. I do just wanna say all of our measurements and our materials, as always, can be found in the description box below. If you guys have questions or need me to elaborate on anything, just leave us a comment.
So the very first thing that you want to do is, of course, make all of your cuts. So we are just going to go ahead and measure how long we want to cut these 2x4s. We'll also be using a combination of 2x2s, and then we also ended up purchasing some 2x8 planks to serve as the top of the bench. Once you've cut all of your pieces, we decided to do all of the sanding before assembling it, just because it would make it much easier. For the base of the bench, we did end up sanding it down with about 100 grit. For the top piece, because that's what is going to be, touched the most and messed around with the most, we decided to start with 100 grit and end with a 180 grit.
For this project, we decided to use a Kreg Jig. If you guys don't know what the Kreg Jig is, it's pretty much a tool to help you make angled holes. It's pretty simple to use. Once you purchase the Kreg Jig, it comes with a measuring tool to measure the thickness of the wood. So at that point, you will adjust your Kreg Jig to that measurement and also adjust the drill to that measurement as well. Now you can place your Kreg Jig on top of your wood and clamp it down so you can drill your holes. This is how it looks like when you clamp it, and also the holes that we made. It's really nice to use if you're trying to go for a more professional, clean look, and it's also nice to hide your screws.
We can go ahead and start to assemble. So we decided to start with the topper first, just because we had two 2x8 pieces of planks that we wanted to combine together as one. We wanted to give it enough drying time. So you'll see us just run some glue along the seam in the center. Then using the Kreg Jig holes that we made, we'll go ahead and screw it together. And then using some bar clamps, we allowed it to just set aside and dry until the entire piece was one.
Starting off with the bottom of our frame, I'm going to go ahead and make a line in the center of our center beam, and then also make a line in the center of our side beam. The purpose of these lines is just to get it centered. So once it looks centered, we can go ahead and glue it and screw it in, and then repeat on the other side. Now we can go ahead and grab our 2x2 and one of our 2x4 leg pieces. Before you glue and screw the two pieces of wood together, you want to make sure it's nice and flush, so that way the bench is nice and leveled. To get it flush, all you really need is something that's flat and straight. So I just end up grabbing a piece of 2x4 and call it a day. So once you've glued and screwed those pieces together, you can go ahead and repeat on the other side, and then also repeat on the other 2x2. Now we can go ahead and grab our side piece. We're gonna center that directly down the middle of our leg, and then also keeping it flush too. Once we screw those in, we can go ahead and do the other side as well. The next thing we're going to need is our bottom centerpiece that we had already attached. We're going to place that piece as shown on the screen. Before we glue and screw, we're gonna measure out how high we want the beam off the ground. And once you get it to the height that you like it, you can go ahead and glue and screw, and then repeat on the other side. Now we can go ahead and attach our second 2x2 combination. And again, just make sure everything's flush and make sure everything looks right. since this is made for people to sit on, we want to add more support. So we put one support beam down the middle and two angled ones coming from the center. We did end up losing some footage, but the next step was pretty easy. All we did was take our bench topper and then screwed it in. My favorite part about working with wood is that I get to stain it afterwards. I love to see it change as I stain it, and this is fun to do. We wanted to protect the bench as much as possible, so we went ahead and coated it 2 times with a matte finish polyurethane. Then we just let it dry overnight.
Before I jump into styling our new bench, I wanted to take a minute to interrupt our regularly scheduled program to give a shout out to Rowe Home New York, a Latina-owned small business home decor retailer based out of Long Island, New York. Think of the owner, Lillian, as a Dominican Joanna Gaines. With home decor pieces that are both of great style and an affordable price, I'm sure you'll find something to decorate your own sanctuary. In the next clip, we actually were able to style the bench with a few pieces, courtesy of Rowe Home New York, so go check her out. You can find the link to the website right in the description box below. Enjoy!
Well, you guys, that is it for today's video. To say that we love the way that this bench came out would be an absolute understatement. I don't think we did too bad for our first time. Maybe we have a few more benches in our future. Nikita and Jamarcus, we hope that you absolutely love the bench. Let us know in the comment section below how you think we did, and if you have any tips or tricks, as always. Remember to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys in the next one.